Hello. Hi everybody. A little late. That's okay though. We're here. We're live. My little setup, it's doing the best it can. It kind of fell over. I know I told you I invested in a stand so that we could go live and not have to hold it like this and be so shaky. Hello everybody. Thank you all for tuning in. So I'm like, maybe I could stand up like this. Well, that's my version of standing because I'm using my hands on my wheels. Good morning everybody. Oh, good morning. It's totally not the morning, Amanda, but you threw me off there. Wherever you are, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna try to make this, how do I get this? Okay, you guys, I guess this is gonna be the best we got going on right here. So, again, thank you all for tuning in. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. Hello. And you know, if you want to stay notified, you can just click or subscribe to the notifications when I go live so that we can stay connected and interact with each other in live time. Okay? So, I don't know if you saw my post on my Instagram, and on Facebook, I did the cross promotion, brought it on over this way. The topic of discussion for today is one that I love, which is investing, right? Okay, I'm gonna let a few more people tune in. I'm going to give some shout outs right now, and then we'll go straight into the topic of discussion at hand. So I'm going to give a few shout outs to all of my peeps that are live with me right now from Los Angeles, California. I'm welcoming you all right now in my home. Hello from Mexico, David Antonelli, thanks for tuning in. Amanda Wheatfield, thank you again for tuning in. Jen Galley, Mary Sanders, awesome. Yes, David, I just shouted you out. Let's see, try not to look at that bag back there. I'm always traveling, it seems to be. Different jobs and things like that. On the go is how I stay continuously. Jason Tunnel, Detroit, again in the house. Thanks for tuning in. Maria Guadalupe Gonzalez. Hola, desde Madrid. I think you're from Spain. Hello from Italy. Hello, Francesca. Sasan, hi Sasan, how are you? Jack, Murray. Okay, so we seem like we've got a pretty good audience right now going down. So get ready to ask your questions, and here we go. So investment. For me, investing time is so important. It's so key. And investing your time. When you look at the daily activities that you're doing, right? We all have 24 hours in a day. That's a no-brainer. We all have 24 hours a day. We have 365 days a year. And as we're speaking right now, it's almost 2017. And if you can honestly say that you have invested your time fully to the best of your ability in 2016, I want you to tell me yes right now. And how many of you feel, you can go ahead and say yes, write it, if you feel that you have invested your time to the best of your capability in all of 2016. Because we're almost going into 2017. So can you say yes, you've invested your time, your highest priorities to the best of your ability? And ROI. Are you seeing ROI? And then we're going to go into asking if you know what ROI. No. Okay, Maria. No. Jason. No. Honestly, no. Dawn. Okay. I love all your guys' honesty. I love that so much. I love the authenticity because, that comes from a place of vulnerability. And vulnerability is is a sense of strength. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to expose certain things at certain times when you really are being honest with yourself, because that's where it starts, with self, being honest with self. Okay, Rims, no. Shannon, how is your weekend going? That is not the question at hand, but thank you for asking. The question at hand right now is, in 2016, if you've invested your time fully to the best of your ability, and if you're seeing ROI, that is the question at hand, Shannon. Valerie, you're missing a lot. Danny, do not, the best of my ability, return on, that's very funny. Okay, ROI, return on investment. Are you seeing a return on your investment? Whether that's time, whether that's money, whatever it is. If you are investing in something, but you're not seeing a return on that investment, then you might want to reevaluate what you're investing in, where your attention goes, is where your energy flows. Where your attention goes, where your energy flows, right? So, with that being said, when you are giving someone your time, that is something to be cherished and valued. So with that, I am so grateful for all of your time that you're investing in me, because I want to be able to continuously do the same for you. That's why I go live. That's why I do my coaching sessions. That's why I love being of service to humanity, because of the return on investment. I can't even express fully in words my gratitude and the ability to enhance the lives of others just by authentically living my truth. Okay? Jason, thank you for that. Thank you. John Wick, an inspiration and fearless, beautiful soul. I found out about you yesterday, and I told my 12-year-old daughter about you, to be inspired by you. John, thank you. Thank you. And those messages that you send me throughout the day, comments like that are so uplifting and encouraging, I'm truly humbled and inspired and motivated and encouraged, and I just pray that I can continuously be able to do the same for all of you. Thank you, Dawn. Okay, so with the investment, going back to ROI, return of investment, that goes into hand in hand with relationships. That's why, in the post, the topic, it said dating. Why? Because I've been getting that question often for quite some time about if I'm married, if I'm dating, if I'm single, if I'm married, do I have children, all of those things. And those are all amazing questions, and I'm grateful for you guys inquiring. So we're going to go into that about marriage. I am married to my purpose. I'm married right now to my career. Me and my career are like super engaged. It's a really serious engagement. And the reason I smile and I laugh at that is because for me to be, even dating sounds fun, but it's work and it's an investment. If I am focused solely on dating and attempting to find the one, I'm losing focus. I'm losing focus on my soul's purpose. If I'm not exactly where I want and need to be, and the goals set that I have for myself, then I don't feel it's appropriate for me to jump into a relationship fully. And that's because that right there, that's an investment in investing in something other than my highest good right now, which is focusing on my career, focusing on how I can serve humanity, in getting to the level that I want to be at right now, it's not time for me to jump into a marriage. And it's about depositing into the account, right? And it's like a bank account, depositing. And if one person is depositing all the time and the other person is just completely deducting from that account and it's not being reciprocated, one will feel depleted and what's the other word? Not just empty. So it's about being on the same level, the same playing field. So there's a lot that comes into that, right? I've seen your video with Callum Von Moger in the gym. Yeah, Callum's amazing. He's super focused on his purpose and career as well. He's also a believer. You know, God is good all the time, no matter what anyone's spiritual background. And it's important that you have a spiritual faith foundation, something that is, that keeps you, to see things in a different perspective beyond just straight and narrow. I'm a huge believer in spirituality. Kevin, am I God? Jesus, whatever you want to call your spiritual practice. Why don't you horseback ride? Kevin, where's that coming from? I love it. But where's that coming from? Oh my God, Jen, you are so focused. It's awesome. Back to that, Jen. Let's get back to focus. See what I mean? There's distractions everywhere. Those distractions, it's like, go here, go here. No, focus. Focus on your purpose. Focus on where you need to invest your time. Make sure there's a return on that investment. Okay? So dating, fun, but right now it's a distraction. If I could get into a relationship. Have I been there? Yes, I was a serial relationshipist before. Confession. Cereal. Did you say cereal? Just kidding. Serial relationshipist, where it's lovely to be in a relationship. It's so comforting in all of those things, but again, it can be completely draining and time consuming if it's not proving and showing a return on your investment. So it's about being on the same level of playing field and knowing that and appreciating time, that when someone gives you their time, their attention, that's worth more than money. Some people are quick to get into a relationship solely for the security factor or the aspect of the idea of just being in a relationship. But how about being in a relationship with self? Being in a relationship with self is the most important relationship you can have. How many of you agree? Thank you, Iron. Thank you. I love that you guys are all tuning in. How many of you can say, you can agree that the most important relationship is with self? Maury, it's very comforting to be in a relationship, but I have to concentrate on myself. Yes, Maury. And maybe, Maury, it might help if you focus on the beautiful things of life and not so much about your condition. I've noticed that you mention that a lot. So there's different, if you want a session, Maury, you can do that. Get scheduled with me, tiphanyadams.ta@gmail.com. Any of you, I have multiple coaching sessions that we can do together, but you got to send that email, tiphanyadams.ta@gmail.com. So back to relationship with self. Most important. Why? Because the return on investment is a guarantee. Return on investment in relationship with self is a guarantee. There's no risk there. There's no risk except for evolving and seeing yourself and learning from yourself. I love my time. I love my time because I love going on dates with myself. I'm a fun person. I make myself laugh. I enjoy my time. I enjoy my time genuinely. Genuinely. I get these accents. I don't know where they came from, but they're fun. Yes, they are fun. Emmy, have you experienced that anyone have dated have held you back? Yes, I could easily push the blame, someone holding me back by being in a relationship, but it all comes to taking responsibility for your actions. So I could easily say, yes, I was in relationships that were holding me back, but guess what? Responsibility. I was holding myself back by choosing to be in that specific relationship, right? That was my own learning lesson. That was an investment in my learning process. So yes, I've been in relationships that have held me back, but that's because of the choice I chose to invest my time in that relationship, period. Mary Sanders, I think that what you are trying to say is what we should prioritize, and that if you don't invest in yourself, you won't be able to be in a meaningful relationship or successful endeavors. Beautiful, Mary. Perspective is beautiful. I love that. Perspective, perception, and that's what you were hearing me say, and that's a beautiful way to put it in a different analogy. It's exactly what I'm saying, and that one of the things is, just because somebody, an example, an analogy, if someone looks at an apple and they think, wow, that apple and is this blah 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 most amazing fruit in the entire world, and everybody's perception, the way they perceive things are going to be different. So if that's the way you're interpreting my message, Mary, I love that, because that is what I'm saying. Some might hear it differently, and some might hear that the way they need to hear it for them to retain that mind, body, spirit to serve them for the greatest good. Laura Day, ROI, a topic I have to understand. My final exam. Thanks for reminding me. Exam management problems. That's hilarious. Yes, because ROI, return on investment, is primarily talked about money, in monetary compensation, investing in those type of things. Yes. David Antonelli, so are you supposed to finding the one in the future? Oh, am I opposed to finding the one in the future? Going to David. No, it's not that I'm not searching. That's the thing. If that comes about, a relationship in the investment in each other is reciprocated in a beautiful manner, and in a field's truly beneficial for me at that time, I'm so down to ride for that relationship and throw on that ring, do all that stuff. But I take commitment very serious. Loyalty is royalty. So I definitely will be married in the future. I see the whole horse and carriage, all that fun stuff, children, all of those things. Yes, I definitely know my future contains those things. And when, I'm not certain exactly, because right now I'm continuously focusing on myself. Because, for example, if someone, I love myself, but I don't want to get into a relationship where it's a complete distraction from my purpose. And so, yeah, like, let's see if somebody says that, okay, someone doesn't love themselves. If you don't love yourself, how can you fully love another? Not saying I don't love myself, because I do. I love myself enough to keep myself away from distractions or hanging on to words, promises from those when they're not being met. That's when you got to cut. You got to make the decision. Incision. Cut. Thank you, Tracy, for that comment about being an amazing mother. Yes, I love children, very much so. Background, teaching, working with kids, training. But back to what I was saying about the love yourself. If someone's asking you for water and you have a cup, but it's empty and there's no water in that cup, how can you give what you don't have? So for everyone out there that doesn't feel they love themselves fully and completely, there's a lot of activities and things like that, self-work, soul work that you can do to increase the love and value that you have for yourself, your self-worth, understanding that you're priceless. You are priceless. Loving yourself first and foremost must be a priority. If you keep giving yourself to others what you don't have, then you're going to continuously feel depleted over and over and again. So it's very important. ROI, return on investment, investing in self. So if that cup is full and someone's asking you for water, and you can't give it, the same thing with someone's asking you, love me, love me, love me. You can't give the love that you don't fully have for yourself. Thank you. Oh my gosh, my uncle, you guys. Ace, my Uncle Ace. I have to tell a funny story, Uncle Ace, if you don't mind. I love my Uncle Ace. He might have been an HA. I don't know. I'm not throwing gang signs up here. If you've seen Sons of Anarchy, my Uncle Ace might have been on a few episodes. But I have to give a funny story, Uncle Ace, if you don't mind. So, how many of you have a tattoo of somebody's name on your body? How many of you have gotten your the lover of your life, the love of your life, tattooed on your body? Well, how many of you? Have any of you guys gotten a tattoo of a name on your body? Of the one that you're going to be with for the rest of your life? You're never going to be with anybody else? Well, let's use my Uncle Ace as an example. I think he has like, how many names? Uncle Ace? 8? 8 names? Yeah. I think my Uncle Ace has like 8 names tattooed on his arm. And every single one of those women's names are crossed off because those relationships didn't last. The one relationship that has lasted him for so many years is his wife that he never got her name tattooed on him. I'm sorry, I just find it so funny. So yeah, maybe don't tattoo names on your body. Anyways, I love you too, sister. So thank you guys all for tuning in. I just wanted to touch base with you guys and time in regards to investing your time and understanding that you are valuable, and the way you invest your time is definitely something to be taken a little bit, I would say not taken lightly. All right. Thank you guys. If you want to ask some questions, you can go ahead and do that. I pretty much targeted all of the things I wanted to hit on with that. Thanks. Oh, it stopped scrolling. Okay, I'm going to read your questions. Anybody? Michael, I think the right one. You shouldn't be work. Oh, if you're with the right one, it shouldn't be work. What do you think? You know, Michael, that's a great question. I think any type of relationship, it requires some work. It requires some effort. It requires, again, investing time. Relationships can be about compromise, but it's about meeting in the middle. Never settle for less than you deserve, whether it's a job, anything. Don't settle for less than. And if someone's not willing to give you what you deserve and what your value and your worth is, then reconsider even beginning that in the first place, beginning that relationship period, whether it's business, family, anything. Lucy, hey Tiffany, thank you for sharing your opinions on social media. You're such an inspiration. Thank you, Lucy. Ardetta, thank you. This is why you don't put names on your body. Exactly. Pamela, you guys are so amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, what is your favorite hobby? James, my favorite hobby? Training. That's my favorite hobby. Fitness, training, but it's also passion, purpose combined into one. Coaching. That's my favorite hobby. And I love nature. I love nature a lot. I don't do it enough. Jason, when it comes to dating, I feel like my wheelchair scares people off. What do you think about that? Jason, I don't feel that, well, okay, in response to your specific question, scaring people off, it's not like the wheelchair is the boogeyman, right? It's about how you approach your chair and how you feel about your chair and how you interact with others in regards to the chair. So anyways, that's some stuff that we can work on too. If you want to have a session, you can send an email, tiphanyadams.ta@gmail.com. There's lots of fun work, soul work that I like to do with my clients. Bahar, I live in USA. Help me. Well, I don't know how that is. I don't know about that. I'm sorry. That's just so funny. I mean, I think you got to work on a passport. There's lots of things to do in order to get moving, living in the USA. I hear marrying an American gets you the ability to live in the USA. Nasir, it doesn't matter what people think about you. It only matters what you think about yourself. Nasir, that's beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter to a certain degree, and like reputation. So, you know, if someone were to mention, say your name, you know, your reputation is something that you work on in regards to being respected and valued. Back in the day, they didn't have Google. You couldn't just search people's names. You would have to ask people. You'd ask neighbors, you'd ask friends, you'd ask coworkers, and that would basically be your response in whether you should do business or interact with that person. So with that also, if you hear people talking negatively about somebody's business ethic, a business and work ethic, believe them if it's more than one person. Because there's been instances where I have involved myself, whether it be in a relationship or a business endeavor, and I was warned, and even my intuition told me to maybe not involve myself with that specific person, and I didn't listen, and guess what? It was true most of the time. That if that person's business ethics, and integrity and morality, those kind of things, their characteristic traits, what you thought was just a rumor actually was factual. So do your homework, do your research whenever you involve yourself. Remember, birds of a feather flock together. Okay, guys, I am gonna wrap it up because I have got to go do an ROI, return on investment, with myself, and that means I'm gonna go, one of my favorite hobbies, to the gym and create a new workout so that I can assist clients when I do sessions with them. And again, if you're interested in any kind of session, whether it's fitness, whether it's simply brand management and creating your brand, how to get to the next level, a clairvoyant session, and hitting on that really quickly, there's been some people that were had a few comments about me being authentically myself and sharing how after the car wreck, I was very blessed and gifted with, as some would say, prophetic visions, clairvoyancy, whatever label term makes you feel the most comfortable, then that's the term to use. But yeah, when I have sessions with clients, certain things come up for the highest and greatest good, and I thank God and Jesus for allowing me to be a conduit of the light. God, to do thy will, universe, to do thy will. And yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and stay tuned, a lot more fun to come. Okay, if you want to book a session, tiphanyadams.ta@gmail.com, and we can get started. Okay, I adore you all.